just in case. Uh, and I don't know if Yancel, Adel is flying right now, so he'll not be able to join anyways. All right, so let's get this baby up and running. It is 3 p.m. UTC. I am on Lisbon. I'm in Lisbon right now. We spent here, well, not the whole team, only Adele and I. We were here, what day is today? I'm not even sure now. This is Friday? Today's today. Yeah, Friday. It's been a week already. Holy smokes. Yeah, so like time flies by here, like really quick, right? So we flew here last Friday. It's been a holy shit, fuck everything that we ever expected. An amazing week. Like the energy all around the conference has been freaking amazing. So many good projects, so many good connections, so many good partnerships. We have literally had almost no time. Let me turn off this lo-fi thing here in Discord. We've had like almost no time to even sleep. We've been from early in the morning on meetings almost 24/7, and then going to after party to after party. That's where all the deals get done. It's been a truly phenomenal week. So very happy to the way that things have turned out. And we're going to be covering maybe a couple of things in here. I might be able to give you some hints as to what's going to be happening this week and the following ones. But let's run through some of the numbers. On Twitter right now we are 25,000. The score 17,000. Unique wallets we are 30,000 and some change this morning. Probably up to like the 31,000 by now. Active daily users, we actually, this is an interesting one. This week we didn't grow as fast as we did on the previous one. Kind of like plateau a little bit, both in the number of wallets and daily active users. Before we have been growing. Well, the previous week we have been freaking going at 100, 150% sometimes week over week. Last week we kind of like saw a little bit of a slowdown, going to the 30%. This week went even down a little bit further. We grew week over week about 22%, both in unique wallets and daily active users. Still like phenomenal growth, but kind of making you wonder a little bit what has been triggering either the slowdown or the speed up in the weeks prior. So interesting stuff. So some insight to dig into in there. The biggest milestone that we had this past week is that we closed our private round, and we are going right now over basically the review of the announcements. Basically, all the different investors want to kind of take a little bit of a peek at the draft and see how their names are positioned and things like that, and how we are telling the overall story. So we should be able to basically make it public by Thursday. It's looking like so next Thursday, and then like the hell will bend over after that. But essentially, basically, even starting this week before we even announced, we have a pretty packed marketing calendar of stuff that is going to be announced and things that are happening. Like I said, we had a super busy week here in Lisbon. Beautiful city. It reminds me a lot of San Francisco. It even has a bridge that looks like the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. I think it was made even by the same architect. I don't know how much truth in that. I didn't even look it up in Wikipedia. That's what the guy in the boat said. So, and we met a ton of engineers, a ton of developers, a ton of other protocols. So very, very exciting for the future. And hold on to your seats. and wear some ear pads because it's going to get loud and it's going to get like really noisy over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, that's that. This week we're going to be doing twice the level ups because last Friday we were flying and like it was a little hectic after the AMA. I had to basically like jump off the phone and basically run to the airport. So not a whole lot of time to do any of the level ups. So we're going to be doing twice the amount of level ups today as we've been doing on prior Fridays. Also, this week, from the marketing standpoint, we're going to start off with the I Spy game sometime. So we're gonna start running that every week for 4 weeks, starting on Monday. So the contests are going to be running from Monday to Wednesday. So it's going to be a 48-hour contest. And we're going to be doing that every 4 weeks. So we're going to have basically 4 contests. And each week, the idea is that we will kind of reveal one of the airdrop partner projects, and we're going to be awarding three winners each week. And those are going to be the 3 people that respond with the most thoughtful um, and comprehensive tweet about why they think whomever protocol they guessed is going to be in the first surprise box for the airdrop. Why are they our perfect partner? Like what is it that we can do for them that they will benefit a lot, and what is it that they can do for us that we would benefit a lot? That makes us kind of unique and complementary. So that's going to be basically the rules of the game. We're going to put it all in Discord. We're going to put it also on Twitter. And let's see if we have some well thought out responses there. The some of the examples that of integrations with partners and whatnot, you will be able to find in the Drape announcement blog. We had a little section that we kind of drew some examples as to which kind of protocols of which kind of projects are really good complements of MeFi and Me protocol specifically, and what are some of the thought processes that we're going through. And also, like it would be good if you kind of like think, where are we in our roadmap? Hint, hint, hint. We just started. The phase 2 of our roadmap. And that is Hayek, which is all about investors and being able to fulfill investment workflows on MainFi and being able to make sure that the money is always working for our users. So with those 2 hints and the help of the blog post and maybe some additional hints that we're going to be throwing here and there, hopefully we'll have some really well thought out responses and ideas that and you will hit the the target. All right. In addition to that, we have this week we're going to be creating three new role prices, like skill roles that are going to go on Discord. One of them is going to be the lecturer role. And lecturer role is for those who, and we see that all the time going around both in Discord and on Twitter. This is for Discord roles anyway. So people that are either telling anecdotal experiences about what they have experienced with using MeFi and using the application, why they like it, and in ways that is like well explained and that can invite other users to actually give it a try, right? So like we saw one of the posts there even this morning, I think. Some I don't remember the name of the person, but someone from Nigeria explaining some of the challenges that are happening with the government, crypto, and all the different things that they have tried before and how they tried MainFi now, and it's very different. So like things like that is what we're looking for with the lecturer. So trying to lecture other people what is your own experience on that. We're also going to be opening up a partnership role. So this is a new role that is going to kind of complement a little bit what we're doing with our airdrop partners. And those go for people that actually get us closer to closing a partnership. So we have a lot of people that have good ideas in terms of, okay, I think that you should partner with this protocol because X, Y, and Z. But that's not enough. Like if you actually try to open up a communication channel, try to introduce the team or the mods to that team, that's going to go a lot farther than just stating the obvious. It's not like we don't know the many different protocols that can leverage money streams for their token distributions, or that they can leverage DCAs for user contributions into the protocol. So virtually every single protocol can use either of those two contracts that we have to make their token distribution a lot easier, a lot smoother, a lot more liquid than what it is right now, and vice versa, to basically automate the process of users investing into the protocol in an automated way. So beyond stating the obvious, like kind of like taking it a little bit step further and actually putting some thought behind that, we have a partnership channel where a lot of people have been making a lot of really good contributions in there. So we're open for business and we're ready for integrations. We're already doing a few of them actually. So and you're going to see those show up as we announce more and more of the partnerships. And the other one that we're going to be opening up in Discord is going to be the Bullseye. Bullseye. And the Bullseye is really generic, but we feel that there are some people that really get it. Like some users, and this might be a little bit more advanced users, and that's okay. But some of those advanced users do get a lot easier what we're doing than most. Like a lot of people are focused only on the simplicity part, and they're focused only on the ease of use, and a lot of the comments that we receive are, oh, it's so fast. Well, everything is Solana. Solana is fast, so we are in Solana, therefore we are fast. There's nothing special about us being fast other than the fact that we are in Solana. So there's nothing special about how fast we are compared to other Solana projects, because everybody's fast. So that is not a very insightful or bullseye type of comment. We're trying to aim more at those people that realize the composability of using money streams and using DCAs and using composable distributions and contributions to and from protocols with their users, right? So like there's a lot of use cases that can be powered by money streams. If anybody takes 2 seconds to go and read the white paper, there's a section literally that is called use cases, and you have like a good bunch of use cases in there that you can at least start to get a little bit of a gist of what we're doing with money streams. And I think that will go that will kind of open up your eyes. But for anybody that is able to articulate this better for users, for other folks in the ecosystem, that helps us spread the word out in nice way, and it's not just repeating what we're saying, because yes, we've tried to wordsmith this as much as possible, and we have different angles for different people and protocols that we interact with. But what we're looking for is something original. Anybody that has a different way of looking at the problem, a different angle, a different set of contraptions to explain what we're trying to do from the composable part. This is an infrastructure play all across the ecosystem. So it's very important that we have people that can relay the message and not just repeat what we have on the website verbatim all the time, right? So that's what the Bullseye new role is going to be for. All of them are going to give additional allocation for the airdrop. So and it's open for everybody. All right. as always, you can reach out to the ambassadors and mods. They are everywhere. I see a bunch of you here. You know who they are. They have very bright pink and red colors on Discord, and they're here to help. So do reach out to them, talk to them, engage in the channels. Don't hello app mods, please. Like, you're probably gonna get the boot if you do that one or two times. Like, this is, don't spam. Okay, just like think about something thoughtful to say. If you have a good idea, everybody's here to help. All right. So that is on the. We already talked about growth, marketing, community. So what happened on product? I actually have a good message here that Mylene sent me. Actually, Mylene, do you mind if this week, because I've been a little bit disconnected. Maybe you can give us an update of what happened this week. You're me, Mylene. Yeah. Okay. Associated struggle and so we decided to have a feature there so it's easier for users to just understand and have the associated token account, which is the one that they find all the information that we have. We have done a lot of improvements in our HLA contract. So some of the liquidity tools that we have in there are all a little bit like Zero, Radio. I think that the one that we're missing out at this point is Real, which should be implemented by the end of this week. We have a lot of stuff coming up and changes, modifications for payroll and treasury management. Just some bits of it will be doing a similar approach of separating sections on the payroll for recurring payrolls or one-time payrolls. Along more stuff that we're gonna come in this week and next week. What else we had? You sent me that you. I couldn't see just direct message. I'm looking at it here. Yeah, so there's a few bug fixes that got corrected. We've been getting like actually really good feedback on the new portal, on the new support portal. Like a lot of good ideas have been coming from there as well. Very very detailed. I think that we even awarded a couple of good feedback roles to. I don't remember. Yeah, QA roles. Yeah. Phenomenal. Yeah. Very, very good. Very thoughtful. Very well thought out. Very well documented. Like really, really good. Like top tier feedback on the portal. So thank you guys for that. The account merge. I think that's. Do you talk about that? Yeah. So if for anybody like not familiar with the account merge issue, is that sometimes, especially when you're using Serum directly, Serum, when it has to fill orders that require multiple dips on the order book, meaning that you have to basically walk through the order book, it creates essentially temporary accounts that are not your primary derivative account on your wallet. And some, like, if your transaction fails or is not like completely fulfilled, you actually end up with basically two USDC accounts or two RAP BTC accounts or two RAP Sol accounts. It doesn't matter. Like, you end up with more than one of whatever you were doing swaps. So we kind of like borrowed a page from Bonfida, and they allow people to essentially, when that happens, that's basically a bug. I shouldn't call it a bug. It's a nuance of using Serum directly. So if you end up with that, now you have the opportunity to essentially merge both accounts into your primary derivative account directly on the account. So very useful feature for those who were having that problem. A lot of people were kind of scratching their heads. How do I actually take now this value and move it over? So very, very useful for, I think this only happens to traders, not necessarily like, end users. So if you're a trader and you're also using MinFi, now you have a way to kind of like cleanly kind of, you know, clean up your accounts a little bit. Yeah, I think that lots of good stuff. We actually have some really cool proof of concepts that we are exploring. We kind of briefly touched on them last week or a couple of weeks ago. I actually don't remember when we started working on that, but it's basically a visual that you get on the exchange to be able to visualize your routes and the actual selection and the price improvements that we're doing on your swaps, right? So, I mean, at this point, we don't have it yet in production, but it should be coming up very soon. If you want to, I guess, take it for a spin, Mylene, this is not only on white label address, right? Anybody can test it. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, get used to it. The dev is not a stable environment, but 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 yeah, if you guys want to take it for a spin and kind of like get a little bit of a preview of what we're going to be dropping next week, you can give it a try to the swap in dev, and you will see what we're talking about. Basically, get pool selection and the ability to override. The pool that we are choosing for you, and the AMM that we're choosing for you, and we give you the actual, a lot more insight into what is the price improvement that we're doing. And at this point, I think we are like after this goes to production, I would find it hard for anybody to justify why they would not use MinFi Exchange as their sole place to do any exchange across Solana, period. Like it wouldn't make any sense to try to do all of those things manually. That's what an aggregator solved, and uh, um, and the yeah. So we the level of transparency that you get by doing doing these things, we made a ton of improvements to the router over the last couple of weeks. So you get better selection, better fee improvements, better sleepage calculations. We actually calculate like the overall total funds we receive across the different pools, like we quote in real time. So there's a lot of good improvements that are going to come live, and we're going to be the best aggregator all across the world. So it really like you'll have to try to think about really hard. Why would you use, if you want to do any kind of exchange or swap, why would you use anything else other than us? That would be the question for you to ask to answer yourself. What else? What else? I think that so it's 3:23, and probably I don't want to make this one like super long. We got a couple of suggestions that maybe we should try to keep this AMAs instead of to a full hour. Maybe try to chop 15-20 minutes out of it. So I'm going to stop here and open up for questions, and let's see what we have. Let's see what we have here. So yeah. So the conference, like this is the first global Solana wide conference. So like all of the best projects, all of the best infrastructure, all of the nodes, all of the validators, like basically all of the key players of the Solana ecosystem, we're here or are here. Some of us still. And the point of the conference is like, I mean, we normally live in the metaverse, and it is very difficult to kind of sometimes relate to the people behind the projects. And this is a good way to do two things. Number one, learn about what is coming from leading projects and the ecosystem directly and Solana Labs. There was a lot of amazing announcements that happened during the conference. Like, for example, the fact that now Brave, which is the browser most broadly used by almost anybody in the crypto universe, they have chosen Solana. They're going to implement basically a built-in wallet inside of Brave, and instead of choosing any other chain, they chose Solana as their default chain. So this is like the equivalent of saying, like, I don't know, Firefox choosing Google.com as their default search engine. So it's like a big deal that it's making Solana and all the projects in it a lot more accessible to people that are using just regular browsers every single day. Like, that's a huge announcement. And just like that, a bunch of announcements were reserved for the conference, including a few more technical ones, like the doubling of the compute units on chain. So like different bound levels for validators and node operators and RPC operators. So like a lot of infrastructure improvements that are happening across the ecosystem, and a lot of the projects that are basically supporting that at the protocol level and at the infrastructure level, we're here. A big part of the conference, I think, was to just do that, try to find out more directly from the founders of each one of the protocols, take some hands, try to see how we can work together, not apart, how to like really collaborate instead of fighting. This is there is food on this table for everybody, and it's a lot better if we work together than working apart. Sometimes the distance and the focus that we all put to on the projects kind of like creates a little bit of a distance with other sister and brother projects that we could be doing a lot more together. And I mean, if we didn't walk out with at least 10 handshakes for new partnerships and new opportunities for collaboration, we didn't walk out with one. So a lot of very, very powerful. The energy was freaking amazing. The event was organized in like the most pro level that I can ever imagine. I've been to events by Microsoft, Amazon, and this one was better organized than some of those big behemoths. Like, it was super nice food 24/7. Drinks, water, refreshments all around. There were activities, there were shows, there was like trolleys moving from one place to the other, tuk-tuks on the street that were all inclusive. The venues were amazing. The speakers were phenomenal. It's just everything was. I don't have anything negative really to draw from this. It was worth every little moment that we spent here. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Really looking forward to. I'm so happy that we're building Solana. This just gives us a lot more confirmation about how strong the ecosystem is really is really here. So yeah, very happy. What else? What else do we have here? Let's see. I am going to the AMA questions now. Manny, you're on mute, in case you want to talk or say something here. Any particular question here? Hardships, like technical hardships, or just anything in general? Hmm. I would say that hiring in this environment is very difficult. It is so hot of a market right now. That finding the right people, especially technical people, like people that know and understand well Rust, and I have some experience with Anchor. and that have good security practices behind their backs. It is one of the hardest things to do because everybody's looking for people with good security, good boss, good like just the fundamentals of the tech. And it is very competitive. Like I mean, it's crazy how you have some projects where developers are the top earners if they are top rock stars on that. So it makes a big difference when you try to bring talent that can match what you already have. We have absolute top tier, top shelf developers, and every time that we go out to try to hire, it hasn't been a smooth, easy ride to find the talent that we need to augment the team. For everybody out there, by the way, we're hiring. So if you think that you have what it takes to write some badass Rust code, contact us. We'll probably need to like put up some careers page or something like that on the website. We haven't had time to even like breathe here, but yeah, we are hiring, actively hiring, especially now that we have a little bit extra capital. Um, yeah, that's that. I would say probably that's one of our biggest pain point right now. Biggest pain points. Just like any other project, I think that we have had growing pains. Learning about how to set up a stable RPC infrastructure, stable validated infrastructure, stable integration with other projects, etc. So it's a matter of growing pains. We've done a lot better lately on all of those. It's a matter of learning and getting all of your ducks in a row. I think that we're getting pretty automated by now. For the short term without understanding the long term benefits and value. How can you ensure for us that we will want to hold your token as more beneficial for? I see a light inside of you, so let it shine. It's time to spread your wings. Dumping all initial distributions that are going to happen on the token are vested distribution, meaning the team doesn't have access to any more tokens and actually we're the ones that have the most delayed schedule. We have a 6 months where we don't get even a single token, and then we vest over 3 years for our team tokens, right? So I see a light inside of you. So most of the allocation economics that we have on Bean are community rewards and community treasury and community incentives. So even if we were to like, so if you look at the combination of the airdrop is about 4% of the total token allocation. The investment round is about 10%. And then the advisors is 5%. The rest of the team is another 15%. Like all of those percentage points, which like aggregate are a little bit less than 25% because you have 5% that are held in different treasuries to give to advisors and other future employees that we have. All of those are vested over very very long periods of time. What that means is that when we go and we open up our liquidity pools and we open up our markets and we get listed on exchanges, there's going to be very few people actually with enough tokens to sell or make any kind of dip in the market. Period. Like, if anything that we're trying to figure out right now is how do we not have a completely dry market that shoots the price all the way to the moon, and then like it's hard to come down from that. Like we're trying to limit how high it can go when we list, because there's no there's I mean the market's basically one side. It's only buy orders that are going to come. There's nobody is going to be able to sell other than the exchange themselves. Which they get some allocation for trading. So it's and what is available in the AMM. So if you imagine, like we have part of the treasury gets allocated to what goes into the AMMs. Part of the treasury gets allocated to what goes into the centralized exchanges, where the token is going to get listed. And that's it. That's all the circulation that is going to be of the token, because everybody else is going to be on locked schedules for some time. After 3 months, you'll start seeing a little bit more of that. People that get the airdrop are going to have a linear with no cliff. Basically, you start immediately receiving your tokens. People that participate in the airdrop, but everybody's highly incentivized to keep their tokens for two reasons. Number one, you have a huge floor that is supporting the price of the token, because there's no availability when you go live. And number two, if you have the tokens, you can actually make quite a bit of money by farming that token. You can we haven't announced where you're going to be able to farm it, but if you're not due to the Solana ecosystem, you can start imagining the places where that's going to be at. But you're going to be having like some cool APYs that you can do with if you park your meme tokens in some farms. You're going to be getting 200 to 300% APY on that. So yeah, very sexy overall to hold on to your tokens instead of trying to sell it, especially if you know that the money is going to continuously increase on that. So I don't know if that answered the question, but I think that there was it's a little bit here and there. Would it be possible for MeFi to be directly swapped to paper currency in the nearest future? Very good question, Theor. So I don't know paper currency, but if you mean fiat, the answer is yes. So off ramp is very much on our pipeline. We will have to wait a little bit for that because it requires integration to banking infrastructure, and that is a little bit more complicated than just on ramping, which is credit card. There's only like 2 or 3 networks to integrate with Visa, MasterCard, and things like that. So, but I would say that probably somewhere in the first half of 2022, we would offer some direct off ramps in there. So yeah, good question. I discovered that no Solana DEX creates facility to convert small balances to SOL. Oh, you mean like breadcrumbs? That's a good idea. Mylene, we should put that in the. That's a great idea. I would be all over that. And that is right. It's not that easy. That's a great idea. We should put that in the pipeline. Great. And Imada. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's a good idea. What else? How can we read resume of Michelle? You mean like my background? Just type Michelle Triana on Google and find me. I mean, come on. By now, like if you guys cannot go and read who are the team members and Google that. It says resume. I don't know what. I think that they're talking about like my. No, if there's a summary of the AMA, every AMA is getting recorded and posted on Twitter and posted here everywhere. So yeah, you can go and listen to it again if you want to. Let's see what else. They can easily be swapped different currency. I don't know. Anything else that you see like interesting here, Mylene? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I think that what we're trying to do here is, I mean, we can go out and create like a single post and like just like basically have a bulleted list of all the different partners that we close, but that wouldn't do any good or any honor or any it wouldn't be fair neither for the partners nor for us, because the partnerships that we have are very different from one another, right? So if you think about the difference between us partnering with a wallet provider versus us partnering with a lending and borrowing platform, the use cases for one versus the other, and I'm already giving you some hints as to what's coming, are very different, right? Like it doesn't make any justice if we try to lump them together into the same announcement. So, like I said, we have 4 official airdrop partners that we're going to be announcing, and along with them, we're going to be making additional announcements that have nothing to do with the airdrop, but that are very significant for our business and for the business of the DAO and for the revenues that we're going to be having, and for the use cases that we're going to be powering in the largest countries in the world. So, um, the calendar. So the order of operations here is we're going to do the announcement of the. Let me see the date here. Let me pull up that calendar. We're going to be doing the announcement of the private round next Thursday or Friday, one of the 2 days. And even before then, you're going to have the first. So like because on Monday we have the first surprise airdrop partner being revealed. But from Monday the contest is going to start. We're going to announce the winner for that on Wednesday. But somewhere in between, we're going to have essentially like you're going to know that they are basically one of the ones that are going to participate in the in the in the airdrop. And then every week from there on out is going to be pretty much the same. Every Monday we start the contest. Every Wednesday we wrap it up. We announce the winners. Anybody that writes something thoughtful and well explained and that understands the mutual benefit between the 2 projects that between us and the project that they're suggesting. If they hit on the target, then they'll get some bonus allocation, some stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it is 3:42 already. If there is any other question here that's really like flaming hot here that we have to answer, I'm kind of like like glancing over at the enemy question. Guys, you need to stop the chatter here. This is not a place to chat. Just focus on the questions. It's really hard to follow if you start like saying hello and hi. And do you have an Instagram handle? Like seriously, is that a question? Come on, no. Like we make it very hard for us to actually answer a question. Um, you know, no. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, like I mean, keep posted. By the way, I'm actually going to address a question that was not asked here, but has been asked before. Um, some people think that so the incentive that we had with the use of the contracts, basically the recurring purchases. So if you want to do DCAs, for every $100 that you use on DCAs and on exchanges and on swaps and stuff like that, you get additional percentage of the usage and the rewards allocation for the airdrop. That has not finished. There was some. I think that at some point when we did the submission form, the Google form for the address and to match people, there was a date there that says from November 1st to November 30th or something like that, and people thought that November 1st we're going to do the snapshot. The snapshot has not happened yet. is going to happen when we go on TGE. So there's still plenty of room for you to continue to make points. Invite your friends, refer people. You are still going to be making eligibility criteria for the airdrop. So the more people you bring along, the more you earn for the airdrop, the more swaps and the more scheduled DCAs you do, the more you earn for the airdrop, the more activity and engagement you have on the different mediums that we have on Discord. If you're contributing with significant and valuable input, the more you learn. Like, we're measuring all of those things as we assign allocation, as well as the roles that we are assigning. Like the mods are assigning roles, skills roles, level ups. Like, all of those things count towards how much percentage of the allocation you get during the airdrop. So I encourage everybody to participate. This is a very much a community-based project, and we want the community to be the main beneficiary for this. So don't let, like, the hands of the few be the ones that walk away with all of the airdrops. Like, this is your time to seize the opportunity, and we only have about 5 to 6 weeks left at most. So the actual dates are going to be announced, very, very soon, when things are going to happen. But yeah, and all of the mechanics, by the way, also of the IDO, we're going to have something very, very special. We're calling it the mean holiday season. You're going to have some mean Santa show up at your wallet and give you some awesome gifts and some awesome airdrops. And so yeah, this is it's going to be a good holiday season, guys. That's all I can say. I am super pumped, super happy. Everybody is like with a smile from ear to ear. So let's go, and let's fucking go. Like, that's all I have to say. All right, this is a wrap for us. Any more questions that you guys think that need to be addressed? Mods and ambassadors, help me out. And if it needs to be raised up to the team, tag me on it or tag Mylene. We will address him at the right time. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. This is going to be a wrap of AMA number. I lost count by now. So yeah, go, go, go.